What is up, you guys? Chris Rowe Poker here. Let's go over some quick hands on my second session of the week. This happened the day after that big win that you guys saw earlier this week. This session was completely different. I was pretty much handcuffed the whole session. Honestly, I was really glad that I was disciplined enough to get away from some of these hands, because I think multiple spots I could have lost all my money. Like when you're running hot, poker's easy. You don't have to do any thinking. You just bet, get your money in, call, get your money in. It's easy, but it rarely happens. Just like coolers, where if you're getting your money in, you just get stacked like set over set. That also rarely happens. Most of the poker that you're gonna see on a day-to-day basis is like, it's boring. Like poker is boring. If you think about golf, most of the golf game is pretty boring. Hitting fairways and hitting greens, right? What you see in the streams and online highlights, those are highlights. So this was kind of one of those sessions where if I tilted a little bit too much, or if I tried to get a little too cute or a little too greedy, just gonna lose my stack just because I wasn't getting lucky at all. So let's get right into it. Literally the first hand that I try to play when I sit down, there's a start off to $10, under the gun +1 limps in, middle position limps in. I look down at queen nine of clubs in the cutoff. I open it up to $60 in the cutoff. The big blind calls, under the gun +1 calls, middle position calls. So we're 4 ways to the flop, and the flop comes down deuce king 6 rainbow. I completely whiffed the board. The table doesn't even give me a chance to battle for it. Middle position just leads out for 120 bucks, and I just fold. I mean, what can I do with that sizing? Guy leading into 4 people in front of the aggressor. Nothing I could do. Okay, next hand here. I had to switch the card reveal and my chip stack around, because the guy to the right of me says that he can see my cards every time I peel. There's a $10 straddle. Middle position opens to $30. The low jack calls. The cutoff calls. And I look down at king queen of diamonds in the big blind. This is a spot where I think I could do a raise or a call. I think both are okay. I think I like a raise better though, just because of these callers. So I like a more aggressive play. But in the moment, I decided to call. The straddler calls, and now we are 5 ways to a flop of 7 ace jack 2 spades. Flopping a gutter to the nuts straight here. Don't have the spades. Checks to the middle position opener, and he c-bets pretty small. C-bets for 35. The low jack calls, and for this price, I decided to call. So we're now 3 ways to the turn of a 9 of hearts. Doesn't really change anything. I check, and the middle position still bets out real small, $40. The low jack calls, and I call too. Just I'm trying to call to hit my hand. The river though breaks out. It comes to jack of diamonds. The middle position bets out 100 bucks, and we just both fold. Maybe I could have played it better if I 3-bet pre-flop, but we'll try to find a different spot here. Alright, next hand that I play here, there's a straddle to $10. I look down at 8-7 of hearts in the middle position, and I open up to 30 because it folds to me. The button calls, the big blind calls, and the straddler calls. Oh, again, we're 4 ways to the flop. The flop comes down 10 of diamonds, 7 of diamonds, 5 of clubs. Checks to me, and I decide to c-bet up for $35. I have a backdoor straight draw, middle pair. Not a bad situation here. The button folds, but the big blind and under the gun calls. So we are 3 ways to the turn. The turn comes at 8 of diamonds. So the front door flush gets there, but I do hit 2 pair. Checks to me, and I decide to check this back. I don't see any merit in betting here. There's also a straight as well. Jack 9, 6 9. Those make a straight. The river comes at 6 of hearts, and now there's a 1-liner to a straight. There's 3 diamonds out there for the flush. So when it checks to me, I decide to just check it to just go to showdown, and the under the gun shows 8-9 offsuit for a straight. An open ender in the turn, and he hits a 6. Somehow I get second best hand here. This is what I'm talking about. I have king jack offsuit. I'm thinking the hijack. I open it up to 30. There's a straddle, and then I get 3-bet by the guy directly left of me to 100 bucks, and I'm not gonna play king jack offsuit out of position. Just not a good spot, so I gotta fold. There's a lot of these hands. I just include one of them, but there's a lot of freaking hands that I open, and I get 3-bet by the guy directly left of me, a couple seats left of me, and then I just gotta fold. It just doesn't play well when you're getting 3-bet out of position. If it was in position, maybe I could have called and try to navigate the flop, but these hands are happening often. But I'll just include one just so you can see this. So the next real hand that I get involved in is a straddle to $10. Under the gun +1 opens to 30, and I look down at pocket 9s in the low jack. I decide to be the aggressor. I 3-bet it up to 130, and only the opener calls. The flop comes down 10 of diamonds, queen of clubs, deuce of hearts. Checks to me. I mean, with 2 overcards, there's no need to go crazy with pocket 9s. I check back. Turn comes the 5 of spades. It doesn't really change anything. If I was ahead, I'll be ahead. If I was behind, I'll be behind. So I decided to check it through. River comes the king of diamonds. If it was more of a blankish card, then I could have bet out, but when it checks to me, I decided to just check through pot control, and I do win with 9s. There's a series of hands here that I try to, set mine with these middling pocket pairs. I get 6s in the cutoff, and I call an opener and don't hit the flop and have to fold. Literally, the next playable hand was 6s again, and the button, I decide to call and open again, and I don't hit again. These bleeds your chip stack, and you just start getting chipped away little by little, along with trying to set mine and not hitting, raising and then getting 3-bet and having to fold. All these little things are just chipping away. You're just increasing that tilt meter like little by little, You're just getting tilted every time that these things are happening. And you're also playing tight too, right? You're folding all the rags, 6-9, 6 deuce, 3-7, 3-8, deuce 10, like all these cards, you're just folding too. So when you get a playable hand, you're like, you want to play, but these guys are not doing what the streamers are doing. They're not 3-betting with freaking jacks 5 suited, they're not doing that shit. So you got to give them respect and play accordingly. This is not a streaming game. This is not a high-stakes poker go session where guys are leveling each other. These low-stake poker, they're playing tight, so you can't just be like, oh yeah, I want to call king-jack offsuit out of position to a 3-bet and hit a king and just lose all your stack, So yeah, these things are tilting me a little bit, but what can you do? You can't really do anything. Okay, so the next notable big hand that I play is a straddle to $10, under the gun +1 opens to 20, cutoff call, the button calls, and I look down at king-queen offsuit in the small blind. So I learned from the earlier king-queen suited, so I decide to 3-bet this up to 125 to isolate. Only the under the gun +1 opener calls. So we are heads up, out of position though. Flop comes 5-3-5 rainbow. So I haven't acted, I haven't checked or bet or anything. I'm just kind of thinking, shuffling my chips. I don't know if you guys saw that, but the under the gun +1, he checks out a turn. I felt weakness from that. I felt like he just didn't hit anything on this board. Even if I didn't see that, I was gonna c-bet anyways. Decided to c-bet for $100. Maybe I ought to c-bet a little bit smaller if I didn't see that, but I decided to c-bet bigger just to put some more pressure on him. And he calls. The turn comes a jack of hearts, and now I bet out big. I bet out for 300, and then he quickly folds. So I think my read was pretty good. I wanted to put max pressure, so yeah, that's a pretty good pickup there. Alright, so this hand's kind of crazy. So we're kind of chipping down, we're I think maybe down like $200-300. The table's still trying to go crazy. They're trying to ramp up the action. So there's a straddle to $10. There's a blind raise to 20, and then there's a blind raise to 40, and I'm under the gun, or I guess I'm first act, and I look down at ace-jack offsuit. Gonna have to play this. I'm not gonna fold this, right? Or I'm not gonna limp in or fold. So I open this up to $150, and then it folds around to the big blind, and then he 3-bets it to 475, and it folds to me. And I am excruciatingly in pain here. I don't think I'm good here, because I've been playing super tight. I've been super disciplined, and this guy knows this. Looks like some guy that knows what he's doing, some European pro or something like that. So he knows I'm tight, and for him to 3-bet me this big out of position, there's just no way he's doing that with worse than ace-jack. This is at least ace-king, maybe ace-queen at worst. I mean, it hurts. I tank for a while. It'll be a big part of my stack too. Basically, an all-in shove or a fold here. So I really thought that I only had an out to a jack, and maybe that's not even good enough. He could have aces and I'm dead. So I decided to fold. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of this fold. In the moment, it did not look good. Alright, no straddle in this hand. Hijack opens to $20, and I'm in the button, and I look down at 10-8 of diamonds. One of the better hands that I've seen in the last 2 hours, so I 3-bet this up to 90. Folds to the hijack, he calls. The flop comes down 9-7-4, 2 hearts. All in all, not the worst. Open-ended straight draw. Checks to me. I'm gonna still be aggressive. I c-bet for 100. He calls. Turn comes the king of spades, and he checks to me, and I didn't really know this until I kind of looked over at his stack. He didn't really have that much more behind. He probably had $200, maybe $300 more behind, and the pot's already what, like $300. So if I'd known this, maybe I would have shoved on the flop and maybe get the money in then. But I decided to shove in the turn, and he just folds, and I guess I get max value. Like, I don't know how he's just calling $100 on the flop and just folding, but I get this bluff through, and open under straight draw is good enough here. All right, next hand here. This was another brutal one. I'm in the straddle, $10 straddle. Middle position opens to $30. Folds to me, and I look down at ace-jack of diamonds. Could 3-bet. I decided to just call, right? I'm just closing the action. It keeps my range more wider. I could have anything here, so I decided to call. Even I think aces or jacks, I would call here, right? The flop comes ace-9-3, 2 clubs. So all in all, not the worst flop. I check it over to him though, and he c-bets for $30. Pretty good. I'm gonna call. Turn comes the 3 of hearts. I check it over to him again. He bets a little bit bigger. He bets $150. Still, like, it's not the worst. It's kind of a brick, really. 150. So I call the 150. The river comes to 7 of diamonds. Still kind of a brick. I check it over and he bets 375. And I'm thinking, there's just no way I can fold this. Ace Jack is a good hand. I call and he shows me Ace King. There's nothing I could have done. I think I lost the minimum here. I guess I could have 3-bet folded, but it just feels so bad to 3-bet fold Ace Jack suited too. If it was offsuit with that flop and the board run out, there's just no way. The money was just supposed to kind of go in, and I'm just second best hand and a loser. Yeah, this session is rough, and now my stack is pretty much down. I'm just feeling just defeated here at this point. Everything I do is just I'm just losing. So yeah, it feels really defeating. We're in the danger zone now. We need to fucking do something. We need to get some cards. We need to hit some hands and get this back. Okay, so we're coming to the last stretch, and this last stretch is actually crazy. So there's a straddle of $10, and I'm under the gun +1. I look down at ace queen offsuit. I open up to $30. The low jack calls, the cutoff calls, the button calls, and now the small blind puts in this 3-bet squeeze to 225. Folds to me. I count my stack, and I only have 555 more. So I go all in for 555 more, 585 total. Folds to the small blind, and he does not like it. He says he's priced in. What can he do? It's pretty much just above a min click. So he calls, and we run it once. It comes four of clubs, 8 of diamonds, king of spades, ace of clubs, 9 of hearts. So we do hit the ace, and he says the ace is good, and I show my hand, and we a little more than double up actually because of the callers. So wow, let's go. We get paid off here, which is great. The very next hand, I'm in the straddle. The low jack limps in for $10. The small blind calls, and I look down at ace jack of spades in the straddle. I'm gonna start building the pot here. I 3-bet this up to $60. The low jack and the small blind both call, so we are 3 ways to the flop. The flop comes down. Ace of clubs, 10 of diamonds, 5 of hearts, rainbow. Small blind checks to me. I bet $65. The low jack fall, but the small blind do call. The turn comes the queen of clubs. Small blind checks. I bet out $250, and he says ace queen is good here again, and he folds. Take down another big pot, so we're kind of chipping back up now. The very next hand again, there's a $10 straddle. Cutoff limps in. Button opens to 60, and I look down at pocket kings in the big blind. Oh my goodness, last 3 hands have been crazy. So I 3-bet this up to 210, but unfortunately everybody folds. So we still pick up a decent pot here, which feels great. I think we're kind of even now. So wow, what a run. We went from 500, 600 bucks, and we made it all back. That's pretty good for the last 3 hands. Okay, last hand of the night. It's already been like 6-7 hours of playing, so I'm done. Like, I already had 7-8 hours playing the night before. I don't want to go crazy again this night, so I decided to call it after this. And this hand kind of showed me that it's maybe time to lock it up. There's a straddle to $10. Folds to me. I look down at ace 5 of diamonds on the hijack. Open it up to $30, and only the big blind calls. We're heads up to the flop. It comes ace of hearts, 3 of diamonds, 8 of spades. Checks to me. I see bet for $25. Seems reasonable. He calls. Turn comes the king of diamonds. So now we turned the nut flush draw with the pair ace. Pretty strong hand, and I bet for $100. And he calls. The river comes to 7 of hearts. We brick the flush draw. I mean, we still have an ace, so it's pretty good. He checks it to me, so I just check it, and he shows me ace 5 of spades. So we basically were free rolling on the turn. We chop this pot, and when we chop it, I'm just like, yeah, that's it. That's it. The luck's done. All depleted from last night and tonight. So we decided to pack it up and just call it a night. Well, that's it for this session. If you guys enjoyed that video, please hit that subscribe button. We're almost there. We're almost halfway to 1K subscribers, which is a big deal. Yeah, the session was a grind. It was such a different session than the one earlier this week. I was card dead, was not getting hands, and then when I got hands, I just had to fold, or I was getting second best hands. I got really lucky, I think, towards the end of the session, literally in the 5-10 minute span, those 3 hands, which got me back to even. I think I ended up making about like $30 or something, which I think, in my opinion, was pretty good. Probably should have lost a buy-in there. I guess the best in the world will probably still make, I don't know, 10-20 big blinds per hour there, but I'm guess not there yet. I'll try to get there. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.